She is a mother too. What would she have done if her kittens were still alive? She would have brought them up, taught them their craft, and set them up on their own.
So what are you saying, that women are like cats?
No. I'm saying that human beings are on a higher level than animals because they have souls and goodwill and reason. Look at Jenufa, who I raised. She is not my flesh, not part of my body, yet I stayed up all night with her. I gave her the best food. I prayed for her, punished her, blessed her, and brought her up to be honest. And when the priest said to me, when I sold my Marian Thaler given to me at my christening, that I had hung on to through all the hardship, when I sold that to buy food rather than leave my poor sick Jenufa and take work, the priest said to me, I take my hat off to such a mother. And that priest is still alive. You can ask him yourself.
No one's trying to reproach you. They meant you no harm.
I am wasting my time here. Wasting time. They're waiting for me at the gamekeeper's as if I were some messenger from heaven. The gamekeeper's wife has a swelling on her leg and I have some ointment for it. How much butter do you have for me to sell today?
5 pounds of butter and 3 pounds of cheese. Varena, bring it up from the cellar. And there's a piece of cake in the oven that Jenufa baked for Steva today.
No, thank you. No, I'm not hungry, and there are people needing my help, so I'll just collect the butter.
Whatever's the matter, Jenufa? Why don't you go in and help your mother? Are you still upset about the telling off she gave you last Friday when you forgot to help the other girls to prepare the Virgin's little garden on the chapel altar?
Oh, no, I deserve that. But, Gran, please don't make me go with her.
Child, you worry me. Oh, well, they say every girl loses her senses 9 times before she becomes a bride.
They don't want to be soldiers, for soon they'll have to marry. I'm glad to be a soldier, for marriage I'll not tarry. If you got pots of money, then pay and don't get taken. But I don't have a penny, so beggar I'm forsaken.
There is Steva now, with all his friends. He's over the moon now because he was not selected for the army. You can see it on him a mile off.
Not picked! Dear God, you've heard my prayer. Gran, dear, Steva wasn't chosen. My own Steva.
I must be a soldier. Farewell to love.
Old man! What are you doing with them? Do you think they need you, you old goat?
I'm here supporting a young recruit. Thanks to me, he didn't get picked. Why, I just stood there by his side. Those gentlemen knew very well who I am. We showed them what our village is worth. We gave them small barrel of old wine, well, half a hogshead, and we drank to our health. We showed them all. I'm the mayor here in Oberani. I'm the authority here. We'll show them all what our village is worth.
You old fool. What are you doing throwing your money away around like that? You just wait till we get home. You want to be best friends with a young spendthrift like Steva, do you? You just wait.
It wasn't me who paid. Didn't cost me a penny. It was him who paid. Why, I just stood there and let him pay for everything. So, you just have to see that it didn't cost me a penny, maybe 4 kreuzers for tobacco, and I had a few drinks. Well, so there you are. Yeah, stop your blithering, you stupid old woman.
It's high time you got home with you. This is no place for you. You shouldn't be mixing with these young people. It's not right. And I'm in a hurry. We're not waiting for Kostelnichka. She always thinks she's a step above the rest of us. Have fun, everybody. Good night. Get a move on.
Stop your nagging, can't you?
Steva, dear soul, you've been drinking again.
Are you saying I'm drunk? Jenufa, you say that to me? Don't you know I'm Stefan Buria? I own the mill and all the land around it. Everyone round here would lend me as much as I asked for. What does he say? The innkeeper, Rodberger? What does he say? And the gentleman there in the army, they know I can pay for it. That's why they let me go, and that's why all the girls are so nice to me. This little lot, one of the village girls gave them to me as we rode through Oberlin. What have you stopped playing for? Play Jenufa's song. They have built a tower on the yonder place. It's not built of marble, but of handsome swings. The dome of the tower, glistening and tall, is my only darling, fairest of them all. But the dome has fallen from the tower steep. Now my dearest darling holds it for her keep. Ha! She likes it, the little angel likes it. You shall be paid for that. There you are, my hungry hares. Come, Jenufa, come. That's how we'll go to our wedding, with the music. They'll have to accompany us the whole way.
And that is how you will go through life, is it? And you, Jenufa, you would go down on your knees and pick up pennies too, would you? Just like my late lamented husband with that big farm of his. He was another golden boy, a fine figure of a man. He wormed his way into my heart so that I longed for him, even before he married his first wife, and then again when he was widowed. My mother warned me, even then his eyes were wandering, but I didn't listen. Still, I never complained to her afterwards. Not even when he got drunk, week after week, until he was always drunk. Not even when he started running up debts and throwing his money around. I tried to reason with him, but he started to beat me. And I spent many a night hiding out in the fields. So you see, I have known for some time now that the Obarani miller is not worthy of my stepdaughter.
Calm down, please, Mother.
I have kept quiet long enough because I knew you loved him. You are young. You follow your heart, whilst I have to act as your head. And I want everyone to know that you are not chasing after his money. First thing tomorrow, you will come back home to me. I would take you this minute, but I would rather you and Steve said goodbye on good terms, as is fitting for a future bride. And he needs to be sober for that. I want you to tell him that I shall allow you to marry him when he has been 1 year without drinking. You are both young. You will have to be patient. And Jenufa, if you do not listen to me, if you put Steve's wishes before my own, then God will be the one to punish you. Believe me.
Kostelniczka, you forgot your show. Let me guess you.
Kostelniczka, please! Oh, what a hard woman she is. He is not such a bad boy, our Steva. Nor was that husband of hers, my son. There are a lot worse than he was. So what if he had a bit drink too much once in a while? Steva, sit down. You overdid it a bit, that's all. You young, it's only natural. Those friends of yours were leading you on. You there, musicians, get off home with you. You're causing all the troubles. Jenufa, dear, don't cry. Everything will be all right, you'll see. Every couple has its ups and downs.
That's right. Stroke him nicely, the brave boy. Stroke him nicely.
Stefan, I know you were only behaving like that because of high spirits. But there have been other times. Stefan, please, Stefan, try and behave. Please don't make my mother so angry. You see how wretched I am? I'm scared to death they'll all know my guilt. I'm so afraid of being punished for it night after night. I can't sleep. Remember, dear soul, that the Lord God has helped us already. You don't have to go into the army, so we can get married now. I'm so worried. As it is, Mother will have enough to reproach us with once she knows. You know how much she thinks of me. You've heard her. I don't know what she would do if we don't get married straight away. I know what I would do. Jesus Christ.
Oh, stop making such a face. You know Aunt Kostelnička's always got on my nerves because she thinks so highly of you and so poorly of me. But I wish you both will see how the other girls treat me.
But you shouldn't take any notice of them anymore. I'm the only one who has any right to you. I'd have to kill myself. How can you be like this to me? So weak, so pitiful.
I'm not saying I'd leave you like that. Jenufa, you were always the prettiest of them all. With your cheeks like rosy apples.
All right, enough talking. Leave it till the morning when his head is clear again. Off to bed with you, my boy. Off you go.
So it seems like for all of his fine boasting, Steva's been taught a lesson by Aunt Kostelnička.
He's still 100 times better than you'll ever be.
Is he? Look, Jenufa. Steva left one of those flowers that he says those girls who like him so much gave to him. Won't you let me pin it on you?
Yes, let me have them. I can wear such flowers with pride. They're a part of the honor that my Steva receives.
Go on, be proud of him. All he sees in you are those cheeks, fresh as apples. Yet, of course, he's 100 times better than I am. This knife could ruin those rosy cheeks forever. What does he know about your soul? Your sweet soul that you promised to me so long ago. Here, my darling, my little lamb, won't you take these flowers? You have to give me something in return.
Oh, don't you dare, Laca, I'll hit you!
Why do you hate me?
Oh my God! You cut my face!
Jenufa, my darling, my dearest, what have I done? I love you. I've always loved you. Water! Get some water!
What's going on?
Something dreadful. Laca was teasing Jenufa for a kiss, but he was holding a knife and it cut her face. He didn't mean it to happen. Thanks God he didn't cut her eye.
Oh, boys, why do you cause me such a grief? Don't you know it's madness to play about with a knife in your hand? Where is she?
Grandmother, go and look after Jenufa. She's near fainting. And send for Kostelnička. The wound needs her care.
Oh, is it as bad as that?
She will not die from it, but she will carry the scar for the rest of her life. Laca, don't run away. I know you did it on purpose, but I promise I will not tell anybody anything.
I'll leave this door open. Let some warmth into your room. Why do you keep going to that window to pray? Like a lost soul. It's not good for you. You should try to get some rest.
I can't help it. I can't seem to find any rest.
I know. Neither can I. Since the day I brought you home to heal that wound on your face, your distress has upset me so much. When Steva stayed away from us, I told you off for wanting to die. But then when you confessed everything to me, I thought that I would die as well. But you have been such a big part of my life. I knew I had to help you. So I told everyone you had gone into service in Vienna. But I have been worried about hiding you here. I'm fretting over your shame. And then Steva's child came into this world, and even in his dreams his father cares nothing. I've brewed you some tea. It will help you sleep. All these sleepless nights have left you a shadow of yourself. You need to take care of yourself now. Stay healthy. You have someone to live for. That child is going to need you. You are the only one it can depend on. He will never know his father, that shameless man. Come. I don't want to think of that swine.
I thought for a moment little Stefka was awake, but he's sound asleep.
You are spoiling that child. You would be better off praying to the Lord to relieve you of it.
But he's so sweet and good. 8 days old and he's not cried once.
He will make himself heard all right. He will torment you. It sucks the blood and reason out of me. It will come out that I've been hiding you and your shame. Everyone will know I have lied about it.
Mother, why didn't you let me go somewhere a long way away? That way I wouldn't have been here to see you or cause you any pain.
Let you end up in despair. Let you be guided by your sins. Back into the arms of Steva, perhaps.
Mother, you said yourself when we were at the mill that sometimes it's better to be dead.
You think by disappearing off, the shame wouldn't find its way back here? People, newspapers, officials, they find out everything and let it be known. Here, there, everywhere.
Mother, I've admitted my sins 1,000 times and I can't tell you how much I've suffered. But since it's already happened, I should put an end to it once and for all instead of putting you through all of this.
Put an end to it? How can I put an end to being part of you? I brought you up. I put all my hopes and pride into you. And for it to be brought down to this. I had such hopes for you. Oh, dear God.
If Steva could only see his sweet little boy, he would help us.
This is what I see happening. Complete humiliation. If I go and beg him to marry you, he'll be even less likely to marry you. If only that child did not exist.
The poor little mite has done nothing wrong.
A mite? Yes, that is what it is. A mite that has eaten my heart. And when I look into its eyes, all I see is your fine bedfellow.
If Steva could see the sweet babe, he would take pity.
Do not deceive yourself. Not once has he come to find out how you were doing in Vienna. Only Laca made his way here to ask after you. Did Steva show a scrap of conscience when he found out what had happened?
Maybe he was afraid of you, Mother.
And which one of us should get down on our knees and beg first? Him, that loose fellow, or me, whose hand people kiss in gratitude?
Mother, I don't feel well. I'm going to lie down.
Drink this up first, so you get a peaceful night's sleep. The bed is made up. I've lit the lamp.
Good night, Mother.
My poor girl. That window of yours has been blocked up these last 20 weeks. And not once has your fine young man managed to find his way to it. Wait. Just wait. I didn't tell you. I've asked him to come here today, so we can sort everything out. But that child, pale like Steva, how I hate the sight of both of them. How I prayed, how I fasted, that it would never set eyes on this world. All in vain. A week old now, and no sign of dying. What else can I do but let Jenufa go to him? So he can abuse her. And even for that, I will have to grovel before him. There he is now. Kolashina, is that you?
Good evening, and God be with you. What's this, Kostelnichka, keeping the door locked? You've always had the door on the latch, even though you live so far away from everyone. Nobody would steal anything from you. They know you'd see right through them.
They steal from the priest's house. Why wouldn't they dare to steal from mine? The contents of this chest alone would make it worth their while. Look at this. All of it for Jenufa. Nothing but the best. Look at these blouses. She has more than a dozen. Some of them worth 10 guilders at least.
My goodness, all this just for a stepdaughter. When I think of the times the women of the village used to run you down. But that was years ago, before your late husband died. They used to laugh at you for going on pilgrimages and praying for a child. They would say, well, the Lord God must have his reasons for not giving her a child. Still, they couldn't find any fault with Jenufa, even though they went on about you sending her at the mill to help out with all those men there. A stepmother like you, you're 1 in 1,000.
What have you come for, Kolashina? How is your servant? Is her cough better? Was that syrup I bought any use to her?
Oh yeah, it did her very good, and she's praising you all the time.
I have no need for thanks. As long as I have the chance to do some good, that is what pleases me most.
Well, today, my dear Kostelnichka, I came to you for some advice. It's hard to say, really. I'm almost ashamed of it. Well, what do you say to this? My husband, the poor thing, his hair is almost white, yet he can't stop saying how pretty and clever the new innkeeper's wife is, and he can't stop staring at her. Do you think that's right?
Does he spend a lot of money at the inn?
I don't leave him a sixpence in his pocket. I don't like him wasting money. But as I say, he keeps sneaking off there and staring at her as though she's some holy picture.
Let him stare. And when he does, say to yourself, the poor old fool, he's gone dotty. Those wise words will help you get rid of your envy, so no one can laugh at you anymore. Kolashina, there is nothing more important than stopping people seeing your shame and misery. None of them will help you. They will just spread the gossip.
Well, that makes me feel a lot easier. God reward you, Kostelnichka. I'll send you a chicken. But are you feeling sad? You don't seem yourself either today.
I'm getting on a bit. At my age, 1 year feels like 10. And I'm worried about Jenufa.
Where is she? In service?
She's in Vienna. She wrote to me that she's not been doing very well. She's got a fever. I've written to her to come back, but she's not going to look very well.
I'm sure you'll be able to help her. So she's in Vienna, is she? The neighbors up the block said that she's in Brno.
No, in Vienna. It's a big city. A person can get lost there like a drop in the ocean. But she's with a respectable family and they think very highly of her.
I should think they do. Such a clever, gifted girl. That Steva up the mill has a blot on his conscience, abandoning her for her scar.
Abandoning her? No, that is nothing but stupid gossip. Wait, maybe even today he will come here to plead with me. And people should remember He was about to have the wedding announced. Remember, before the accident, when he came back from the recruitment? And anyway, it was my fault. I did it. I told everyone he would have to wait 1 whole year without drinking. He didn't listen. So be it. My Jenufa can do quite well without him, so I sent her off to Vienna to forget about him.
People say that now he's courting the mayor's youngest daughter. They are engaged.
Is that so? Never mind. Never mind. His half-brother Laca is a much more respectable young man by far. And he has been coming here every day to ask after her. He's still upset he caused that injury to her face. He would be happy to marry her. Anyway, Koloshina, Steva will certainly be here anytime soon, so make sure, please, make sure you tell everyone that he is coming here to plead with me.
I will certainly do that. Good night to you.
She's asleep. Fast asleep. I was right to give her that poppy seed tea. At least she won't have to witness my humiliation.
Aunt, you sent a note to say that I should come. That if I didn't, something terrible would happen. What is it you want to tell me?
Come. Well, why are you waiting?
I'm afraid. Has something happened to Jenufa?
Jenufa is well. And so is your child.
It's arrived.
A week ago. Not once have you come to ask after her.
I thought about it all the time. It made me quite wretched. And then after you'd attacked me, Aunt, after you persecuted me the way you did, and after Jenufa's beauty had been spoiled, well, it wasn't my fault.
Then go in.
I'm afraid. Is she really there? Is she back from Vienna?
She is asleep. No one has been in there these past 5 months. She was never in Vienna. I've been hiding her here the whole time. But come and see your child, your boy. We named him Steva after you, and I christened him myself.
Poor little thing.
Yes, but it is Jenufa who is worse off by far. I was so sure after all her suffering that the child would be born sick and weak, and I could lay it to rest in sacred ground and no one would know about it. But he is healthy and strong and wants to live, and that is the only reason I called you here.
I'll pay for its keep, just as Jan Kapitsa did with his woman, but please, dear Aunt, don't go telling anyone it's mine.
Come and see her. See Jenufa. Poor lost soul. What did she do to you? What harm did she do that you brought her to this? And now you won't help her. You never came near us. She has given up all hope, thinking you were angry because of my severity. She even wanted to poison herself. But like her guardian angel, I found out about it. I found out what she was planning to do. And on that night, that terrible night, she told me on her knees. She told me, Steva, at that moment, the cruelty of fate cut down my life. I would gladly leave this world if I thought it would help her. It is on my conscience that I sent her to your mill.
But dear Aunt, there are thousands of women in her position. And with some help, she'll still be able to get married.
Married? To who? Only to you. Poor thing. A number of times she wanted to send for you or go and find you, but I wouldn't let her. I thought the child would die and she wouldn't need to ask you for anything. I was afraid of being humiliated if I had let you have her in spite of my prohibition. Because I knew she would never be happy with you. That you would never make her a good, reliable husband.
How you still persecute me? They don't have any of your fears at the mayor's. They're willing to give me the prettiest of their daughters. And the mayor's wife says, once I've sown my wild oats, I'll make a good husband.
There is nothing else for it. You are forcing me to beg you. Even though people will point at me and say, look at her. Look at Kostelnichka. How pleased she was that Steva agreed to marry his disgraced girlfriend. How she boasted about having kept watch over her stepdaughter and brought her up. It is a good job the Lord God didn't give her children of her own. And then she set the girl into the charge of that senile old woman at the mill, right into Steva's arms.
But dear aunt, it's not such a great disaster. People don't have to find out about it. It would have been worse if Jenufa had died. That's what I was afraid of. The best thing would be if you both moved away from here.
Alone. Without you, Steva. What about your little boy? He is the image of you. Come and see him. I implore you. On my knees, I, who the priest himself tells people to take their hats off to. Do not forsake my stepdaughter. Joy of my life. However unhappy she would be as your wife. Do not leave her lost and disgraced. Think of her good name. And my name. Steva, are you crying? Come and see them. Take your son into your arms. Make Jenufa happy.
Dear aunt, this would make even a stone weep, and I'm not a hard man. Ask me to give her half of all I own. I'd mortgage the mill. Ask me whatever you want. Ask me to take my own life. I'd do it, but I can't marry her. It would be a disaster for both of us.
Why would it be a disaster for you?
Because I can't. Because I'm afraid of her. She was always so sweet and merry, and then suddenly, even at the mill, she started to change before my eyes. She started to be like you. Forceful and unhappy. Her eyes became sad, which I couldn't stand. And then when I saw her that morning after the recruiting, with her face cut, and with those sorrowful eyes, I lost all the love I once had for her. It's not my fault, as God is my witness, and you aunt, please don't be angry with me for being honest. I am afraid of you as well. You're so strange, so honest, like a witch would haunt me. And then I'm already engaged to Karolka, so there's an end to it.
Steva! Mother! The stone is falling on me.
Jenufa, are you awake? No. He sat up in bed and he saw her. She sleeps again. He ran away. The wretch! Without even going near his own child. His own flesh and blood. I have it in me to destroy the mite. Throw it at his feet and say, take that on your conscience. And then what? Who will save Jenufa? I saw this all coming.
It's me, aunt. I was just passing. You know how I like to come and speak with you. But as I was approaching, I saw a woman. And then as she left, a young man came in. It was Steva. I recognized him as he was leaving. What did he want? Is Jenufa back?
She is back.
Will they be married?
No, she didn't even speak to him.
Then let me have her, dear aunt, just like you always said I could. You said yourself he'll never change his wild ways. And just last night he was in the inn drinking and playing cards until midnight. And the other reason, you said yourself that you could never let her marry him, that he's her first cousin. They'd need permission from Rome, which would never lead to a happy union. But she'd be happy with me. I'll treasure her. Even with that scar on her face, I'll be a happy man.
I would give her to you, Laca. And if I knew she was settled with you, I would die happy. But when I tell you everything, you won't care for her any longer.
Nothing could make me leave her. Nothing in this world. Even if she were old or ugly or twisted or married to someone else, my heart will never belong to anyone but her. I just feel so close to her ever since we were children. I don't know why. I don't know how to express it.
You have to know everything first. You have to test your love. You are the first person I am telling this to. No one else must know about it. I would rather die. Jenufa was never in Vienna. She's been hiding in that small room the whole time. And a week ago, she gave birth to a boy. Steva's child.
No, Aunt, that's not true. You're testing me.
As God is my witness, I am telling you the truth. And it is with a heavy heart because I know that you mean well.
This is almost too much for me to stand. It's like a stone's crushing my head. You mean that I'd have to take that Steva's child?
Laca! Laca! The way it is. The child no longer lives. The boy died.
Does Steva know?
Yes.
Then that's why he was back here. He wants to get Jenufa back and leave Karolka.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to think of him. I would only want to get revenge. Revenge till his life's end.
Where's Jenufa? I want to see her. As long as I don't have to look at that child. She should know that I'll do what I promised. Even her guilt won't put me off.
Wait. I have to explain everything to her first. She's still so upset. She's still grieving. It was only yesterday the boy died. And I buried him myself.
Where?
In the graveyard. Before dawn, I sprinkled the earth with holy water and I hid him there in a little coffin. At least he won't have to suffer any shame. And I christened him myself. It's allowed in time of need.
You did well, Aunt. And no one knows about it, I'm glad. Poor Jenufa.
No. And Steva won't tell us so. I didn't even tell him what had happened to the child.
If only I could speak to her. But don't worry, I'll speak to her gently. First tell her that she doesn't have anything to worry about me. That I really have loved her since we were children.
Wait. Go. Find out when Steva's going to marry Karolka.
I've only spoken to him for over a year now, unless I had to.
I don't mean you have to ask him yourself. Go! Find out from someone in the mayor's household. I have to know.
Bless you, dear.
Go!
I'll be back shortly.
Shortly? Must I have to live through a complete eternity? Perhaps a complete salvation if I were to put the child out to be fostered. No, Jenufa would never allow it. She doesn't know how to lie. Nothing except the child is in the way. That shame. For life. I could redeem her life. God knows best how things really are and what awaits such a poor mite in this world. I will take him to the good Lord now. The pain It will be lighter and shorter than for a child destroyed by convulsions or diphtheria. He can go to the good Lord now. And in spring, when the ice melts, there will be no trace left. And I will have saved one adult life. Jenufa's good name. And my own. People are like wasps, Jenufa. How they would attack us. Look at her. Look at Kostelnichka. Fathered by sin. Like Steva's wretched soul.
Mother, my head is heavy. Heavy as a stone. Help me. Where are you, Mother? This is her room. I stay inside, in the inner room. I have to hide there so no one notices me. Mother's always telling me off. It cuts me to the quick. It's evening. I'm allowed to open the shutters. Dark everywhere. Only the moon shining on miserable people in a sky full of stars. Stefan still hasn't come. Maybe he never will. If only he'd seen his little boy. How he opens his blue eyes. Where is my little Stefan? He isn't crying. It's as though I could hear him. Where have you taken him? He's crying. Moaning so faintly I can still hear him. Don't hurt him, good people. It was me who was guilty. Me and Stefan. Where have you put him? He'll fall down. Down. The frost will devour him. The cruel frost. Don't leave him. I'll come and rescue him. Wait. Where am I? This is Mother's room. And the door is locked. I know. Mother's taken him to the mill to show them Stefa's son. But I must pray for him. Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy, our sweetness and our hope. To you do we cry, poor banished children of Eve. To you do we send our sighs, our mourning and weeping in this vale of tears. Gracious Advocate, turn your merciful eyes towards us, and after our long exile, show us the blessed fruit of your womb, Jesus. Oh, tender, loving, oh, sweet Virgin Mary. And save Stefan for me, please. Don't let him go. Holy Queen, Mother of God. Who is it?
Jenufa, is that you? Are you up?
What do you want, Mother?
Open the window, open it.
Have you got little Stefan with you?
Did you see me?
No, but I thought you must have him when he wasn't here.
Here is the key. Open the door, I can't, my hands are shaking. From the cold, I went to chop a piece of ice for the washing.
Where is little Stefan, Mother? Did you leave him at the mill? Perhaps Stefan will bring him back and sit with us. Do you think he will, Mother, for the sake of our dear little child?
Jenufa, you are out of your mind. You have been in a fever these last few days. You do not yet know what terrible thing has happened. Your little boy has died. And today, peacefully, I buried him.
My little boy, the joy of my life, dead. Oh, Mother, my heart is aching so much. You always said it would be better for him, that I couldn't do for him what the Lord in heaven can do. Now he's dead. He's a little angel. But I'm lost without him, Mother. My heart is breaking.
Thanks to the Lord. Give thanks. He has delivered you. You are free again. You can still hope.
Did you put the holy pictures in his little coffin? And did you make the sign of the cross for me instead of my weak hand? And what about Stefan, Mother? You promised you would send for him. He must know too. He'll grieve with me.
Do not give a second thought to that drunkard. Curse him instead. How well I knew him. He came here while you were asleep and saw the child. I went down on my knees to beg him. All he wanted to do was pay for it. Just to pay.
God forgive him.
He said he was afraid of you because you are scarred, and of me because I am a witch. And he has promised himself to the mayor's daughter. Do not give a second thought to that drunkard. Instead, think of Laca. Laca knows everything. I told him everything. He has forgiven you. That is the kind of love that is true and dependable. Here he comes now.
Aunt, there was no one at the mayor's house. I couldn't... Jenufa! My goodness, how sickly you look. Won't you let me help you?
Thank you, Laca, for all of your concern in the past months when you couldn't see me. I listened to you and Mother talking many times from my room. You see, I'm so wretched.
But you'll be well again, Jenufa. You'll get over the loss of your child. And Steva never would have respected you. You're better off without him.
You know, I've always thought of life on this earth quite differently than it really is. Now I feel as though I've come to the end.
And you wouldn't consider marrying me, Jenufa?
Of course, she will marry you, Laca. She will. Now she has come to her senses again and she can be happy. I will bless you. She doesn't know how hard it's been for me to bring this about.
Mother speaks like a child. How could you marry me, Laca? You know I don't love you. And I'm so pitiful. So repulsive.
Jenufa, it was never just your pretty face that I loved. It's as though long ago the Lord God joined your soul to mine. I used to think about it all the time when I was in the army. Late at night when I closed my eyes, when the others were still out carousing, I was close to tears because they dragged me so far away from you. I used to go over and over in my head what I would tell you when I came back. But when I did come back, you only had eyes for Steva. I was so jealous, I was so angry. Darling, I was so lost, believe me.
Laca, you are strange, you know. They always said that you were wild and even cruel. But maybe you do have a good heart.
I don't, Jenufa, I don't. But maybe I would have if we were together.
When you talk about wanting me, I almost believe that you do love me. Mother wants it so much. She's been through hell because I've been such a fool. I could marry you and be a good and grateful wife. But think it over carefully. I'm not rich or respectable. I'm not even pretty anymore. And I've lost the thing that counts for most in this world. Love. Do you still want me as I am?
Yes, my darling, I do. If only we could be together. This scar is my doing, and in spite of it, you are loved.
And I'll gladly take you for better or for worse. But Laca, promise me that you'll let me be on my own from time to time. That you'll let me be by myself sometimes. Believe me, occasionally I need to be alone.
I understand, Jenufa, and I'll let you be on your own for as long as you want.
Mother can be at peace once she can give us her blessing.
You see, I have done well after all. And now I bless you from my heavy heart. May the Lord God keep you from harm. May he bring you health and wealth and happiness. But to the person who was the cause of this trouble, I curse him. The woman who marries him would do better to lose her mind than cross his threshold. Woe unto him and to me. Laca!
Are you well, Mother?
What's the matter? I think she's got a cold, poor soul. She stayed up with me so many nights, and by day she wears herself out.
Stand by me, Laca!
Laca, wrap her in a shawl and I'll make up the fire. What a storm outside, and a frost. But the sky's alight with sparks. You better off out there, my little boy, than with us in this sad world.
You see, he is better off out there. Out there he is fine. Laca, hold me. It is though death itself is peering in on us here.
Aren't you feeling sad, Jenufa?
No.
Why should she feel sad? I will never let any harm come to her.
It's normal for girls to be sad to lose their freedom. Goodness, when I remember how silly I was, I cried my eyes out, even though I was marrying a good, upright man. There's nothing to fear when you're marrying a good man.
What is that rattling at the door? Who is there?
Welcome. Don't be so frightened, Kostelnichka, just the mayor and his wife.
So you are here. Welcome.
God be thanked. Did we startle you?
It's because she's not well. She's frightened of everything.
Oh, one can see that. But we were all invited. Karolka too. But she's waiting for Steva. She'll come later.
Welcome.
Greetings.
I don't know what to do first. Pin the rosemary or offer you a drink. I'm here to help today. Kostelnichka has been so frail due to her illness.
Ah, we can see that she's fading. Kostelnichka, you used to be so strong, so fit as a fiddle. Well, here's to everything going better again and life getting on for you.
No, I am getting everything ready for my stepdaughter's wedding to a good man. So I have no need to worry. But I do feel like I am fading. Do you think it will be over soon?
Is it your chest?
That too. But it is my head that is worse. What a torment it is. Sleep doesn't help. I have to get up just to get through it.
God will make you better, Mother.
No, I don't want to get better. A long life would be terrible. But today is your wedding day, and I am pleased about that.
We brought it forward for your sake, because that's what you wanted.
Even if people do look sick, it's not right for you to tell them so to their face. And anyway, you don't look so bad. And look how dressed up you are. A new blouse you have from the best silk, and you're more dressed up than the bride. What on earth has gotten into Jenufa's head going to her own wedding like some gloomy widow?
She... Why, the greatest ladies go to the altar dressed as plainly as she. I saw the burgomaster's daughter from Belovets at the church for her wedding. She was wearing an ash-coloured dress and a black hat without flowers. So why can't my Jenufa go dressed in her ordinary clothes?
Well, the gentry can wear whatever's in fashion. It's different in a village. Well, I wouldn't go to my wedding without a wreath and a ribbon. Even if someone paid me 1,000 guilders, I wouldn't go.
All the same, she'll always be a proper and clever woman.
Come and look at her trousseau. I laid it out myself in the inner room for it to air. I laid it out all myself. And you don't see a trousseau like that every day.
There, Laca. I knew people would remark on how I'm dressed for the wedding.
Jenufa, I do have this flower for you. It's from the gardener in Belovets. Won't you take it?
Thank you, Laca. Oh, Laca, you deserve better than a bride like me.
Silly, don't talk about it. When Aunt Kostelnichka first told me, it was a blow. But I forgave you at once. I've sinned against you as well, and I'll be making up for it for the rest of my life. And Steva, I know you loved him more than life itself, but you don't think about him anymore. And I'll be so proud of you, just as you are.
My heart is beating so fast today, but I don't feel like crying. I feel sorry for you. You who stood by me in my misfortune. You, not Steva. But Laca promised me that we'll move far away from here as soon as possible. Far away to another place. I know Mother is longing to move away as well, and hopefully a new place will help her get well again.
Jenufa, you know I'll throw away all of my stupid plans for you. There was nothing good in me before, just envy in my heart for Steva. I would have cheated him out of everything. But I became a better person because of you. I overcame all of that hatred in myself because I had you with me. And just as you wanted, I invited Steva to our wedding. And he agreed, as a brother should, to come and bring Karolka with him. And look, here they are now.
Good day to you all. Steva was such a long time dressing, I thought his legs were rooted to the ground. I was afraid we were going to get here too late. Jenufa, Laca, may God bless you and make you happy. I'll be watching you sadly today, Jenufa, as I'll be following you to the altar. But then, I hope I'll be dancing a lot too, because everyone has to dance with the bride. What a pity you're not having any musician, just like the stay-dog couple. That's not a proper wedding.
Our vows are not based on merrymaking, Karolka. But we thank you for your good wishes.
And now you, Steva, you must congratulate them.
I'm not like Karolka. I'm no good with words.
That doesn't matter, Steva. Shake your hands with your brother. You each have your own gifts. You, Steva, are a fine figure of a man. And you, Laca, you're one of God's good souls.
All you have to do is tell Steva is good looking and he doesn't know what to do with himself.
Is he still so silly? To put such trust in a fine face which could spoil, wrinkle, or decay in no time? It would be just as foolish if, say, a year ago, I looked down from the mill to the village, through the roof of the chapel, and imagined I saw a happy couple standing there in fine clothes.
When will your wedding be?
If the banns are read these 2 Sundays, in 2 weeks' time.
That's all if I agree. People say all sorts of things about you.
If you say no, I'll have to end it all. All these weeks I've been behaving myself just for your sake.
There, Steva, that's true love. God grant you never suffer for it.
Well, you've set her up well. It's a credit to you, considering you are only her stepmother after all.
Well, no one can say I gave up my stepdaughter to some good-for-nothing layabout.
It reminds me, I said that of Steva once. She might be sick, but she's as conceited as ever.
Well, it certainly was some tour of that room back there. Well, if I didn't have my cigar to light up, it would have gotten on my nerves.
Steva is here. Steva, come to bring us more bad luck. You begged me to invite him along with the mayor, but I cannot bear to look at him.
Jenufa insisted I invite him, Aunt. He is my half-brother after all. But don't worry, we'll soon be parted when we move away from here.
Yes, that's far from here. I can hardly wait.
Good day to you all. I know we're not invited and we won't trouble you for long. Even though you don't want to make this a big occasion, we had to come to congratulate Jenufa and to do some singing for her. You see, she was our first singer, our teacher, and we all loved her. So, Jenufa and Laca, all of us want to wish you lots and lots of good fortune and as much good luck as there are raindrops in a downpour, and to sing you a happy song. Oh, my mother, my dear mother, let them make me a nice dress for my wedding, for my wedding, for my wedding, mother mine. Oh, my daughter, my dear daughter, you are young, much too young, to be married, to be married, to be married, daughter mine. Oh, my mother, my dear mother, you were also very young, when you married, when you married, when you married, mother mine. Oh, my daughter, my dear daughter, you were young, very young, to be married, daughter mine. This is from us, Jenufa.
Thank you, my dears, with all my heart. I'm touched by your kindness.
Oh, the song was very nice and all that, but it's getting to be time now. It's nearly 9 o'clock.
The priest said that we should be at the church at 9.
Well, then let's get on with the blessing. Let's hurry up. Let's move on.
I humbly ask for your blessing in the name of my family.
I bless you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Laca, don't think any ill of me.
And now you, Kostonichka. You know the words as well as the priest.
The poor thing! How could some beast do this to a child?
Child? What child do they cry of?
What is it?
There you are, Mayor.
What is it? What's happening?
They're looking for you. Haven't you heard yet? The brewery workers found a frozen baby under the ice. They are bringing it here on a board. The poor thing looks almost lifelike, wrapped in swaddling bands with a red bonnet on its head. It's terrible. Everyone's upset and crying. Come on. Come on.
Jenufa, don't go out there! Protect me! They're after me!
But dear, you are going mad. It's your illness. You had a fright.
Stefan, it's terrible. The wedding ruined like this. If I were the bride, I'd be in tears.
I couldn't move. It's as though that cry had cut my legs from under me. And I'm still afraid.
Oh my God! My God, it's my little boy!
Jenufa, what's come over you? Come to your senses. People can hear you. Calm down and think.
Let me go! It's my little boy, my little Stefan! Don't you see? His swaddling bands, his cap. I dressed in them myself. My little boy, the joy of my life. And you people, what a way to bring it to me! Without a coffin, without a wreath!
Dear God.
Can't you leave him in peace? They've gone off with him somewhere in the ice and snow. Stefan, run after them, hurry up! He's your son!
Jenufa, calm down and think. It can't be your little boy.
Oh, Mother! How did you bury him?
Did you hear that? They know all about it, Kostolnichka and the rest.
Well, I can hear that for myself, but I have to act officially as well. I don't want to be involved in this. It's all such a mess.
That's how she did away with the child.
She brought the child back from Vienna, stoned her.
Don't you dare lay a finger on her. You'll die first. I know how to use my fist. You know I do.
Well, the officials are going to want to know the truth.
This was not Jenufa's doing. I know that. It's true that she had a child with Steva, my brother. It's true. But it died. Kostelnichka buried it. And I know that. I'll stake my life on it, and you have to take me away before it's proven.
Well, you can see she's not denying it. Maybe she'll go of her own accord.
Don't forget about me. You don't know a thing about it.
I did it. It is my crime and my punishment. Do not punish Jenufa. She is innocent. This is God calling me to judgment. I destroyed the child born of Jenufa and Steva. I alone. I wanted to save Jenufa's life, her happiness, and my own. The horror, the shame weighed me down of having led my stepdaughter into disgrace. God alone knows how unbearable it was thinking 2 lives had to be lost for the sake of 1 child. Jenufa was never in Vienna. I hid her in her room. And one night, when she was fast asleep because I had given her a sleeping draught, I took her child. I took it to the river. There was a hole in the ice near the bank, and I pushed the child into it.
Could this be Kostelnichka?
It was dark. He didn't struggle, didn't even cry. I only seemed to burn my hands, and my head was on fire.
it was over, I realized I was a murderer. And that was when it began tormenting me. I told Jenufa the child had died while she was asleep. Have pity on her. Do not blame her. Do not punish her. She is innocent. Take me. Judge me. Stone me. Wretched woman that I am.
Oh, Mother. Under the ice. No. No, leave me!
Dear God, a curse has fallen on Kostelichka. Jenufa, I started all of this when I deliberately scarred you so that Steva wouldn't love you. All this misery has come from that. But the curse has worked. You'll be free of me before you even cross my threshold. And I loved you more than life itself. I would have been a good man.
Is this on your conscience, Steva? Mother, I can't stand it. I won't marry. I will marry him. Take me home. Take me home. My Karovka.
That's his punishment.
Get up to your stepmother. There are plenty more trials and tribulations ahead of you. I don't blame you, but you only saved my life to make it impossible for me to go on.
Why are you making me get up? They will take me away. No, I can't do it. They will blame you.
Let them blame me. There is no pain that could hurt me as much as they could harm. None.
Jenufa, you're usually so reasonable. Are you out of your mind?
Don't be afraid, Laca. God doesn't listen to weak people. And such people can never know what they can stand, what they can go through. I won't do anything against the will of God. I will go far away and drag myself through life. Only God willing, better than I did before. I'll prove to you that I can rise above my past. And my dear stepmother, now I realize she doesn't deserve to be rejected. Don't condemn her. Give her time to repent. God may even forgive her.
Jenufa, my dear daughter, this is all for your sake. It would be easy for me to go in there. I have always thought that when the time came, I would end my life. They will summon you because they suspect you. So I will stand before the court. It's the greatest sacrifice I can make for you, my dear. You are the one who can forgive me. For I see now, I have always loved myself more than you. I denied myself everything for you. Everything. Except my pride. A real mother would have suffered shame and humiliation for your sake. Do not call me dear mother anymore. You did not inherit my blood or my nature. And now I take my strength from you and from the hope you give me. God may even forgive me. Take me away.
May God comfort you, Mother. There, Laca. They've gone. You go too. You see how impossible it is for your life and mine to be one? God be with you. But remember, You're the best man I've ever known in this life. Yes, you hurt me once on purpose, but I forgave you long ago. You did wrong for love, and I did the same.
Are you really going away, Jenufa, for a better life? Won't you take me with you?
Don't you know that they'll all rebuke me, and that they'll all have to go before the court?
I'll get through it if I have you by my side. What can they mean to us when we have each other?
I'll always have that martyr child of mine inside me. Think about it, Laca. What a sad life we'd have together.
But you'll get through it, and I'll get through it with you.
Laca, my dear, come. Love makes me warm to you. Not the kind of love that drew me to Steva, but the kind that lasts a lifetime and pleases God himself. When we've come through all of this, I'll be your wife. And when I have to leave and go before the court, your hand must guide me, and it will give me strength to know I'm not alone, with a man who loves me by my side.